block on the other side. Yeah. He's back. Sothotch.
Ducky.
Destroyer of worlds. Devourer of breadcrumbs.
Come on, it's a duck.
It's clearly a void monstrosity. Have you seen those eyes? Those eyes are pitch black. There is a monster inside there. That doesn't stop him being evil.
Okay, true. We've lost a lot of money to know.
Yeah, in fairness. So, here we are onto the Rift, Tempt, Backland, Yasuo, LeBlanc, the jungle pairings here as well, gonna get real spicy. That's Exhaust, interestingly, onto Xayah as well. There's no heal. Wants the Exhaust because, of course, has got an Ignite Yasuo, a Gwen, and a Diana jumping for them.
Honestly, I don't see Venza ever seeing his support in the fight,
Yes.
so he's most likely going to be left alone with Jaeger on his butt. So I really don't mind the Exhaust
really
here,
don't
because you're
either.
going to have to deal with either the Diana, the Yasuo, or the Gwen diving on the backline. Now, the question is, where do the junglers choose to start from? Because I don't see them playing from top for topside. You see that Jaeger here has taken the more passive approach, no ignite onto that Gwen. He's more about the mobility, having the ghost later on to be able to chase towards Venza's Xayah or Backland's LeBlanc. I think it's going to be a story about supports roaming together with the junglers and playing around that mid lane pressure. Now, of course, Yasuo, being a melee champion, is going to suffer a little bit early on versus the LeBlanc until that wind wall is up and available as well. So we're just going to wait and see where the junglers choose to start and what do they choose to do with the priority they get from their lanes.
And the moment you see it, we can see Hecarim and Diana both starting their red buffs. Hecarim, though, Viking on vision. There was a ward on that red buff, so X7 do have that additional info about the dusty route that there's going to be happening at this moment in time.
Okay, so there is a ping, but it is going to be towards the Raptors. It's not going to be a gank ping. I think this game in general is going to be very slow until we hit that level 6 mark, where the Diana-Yasuo combo becomes very powerful. The second you sit in it for a little bit, you're going to get blown up. Also, it's really cool to mention how both Tempt and Backland have opted for the ignites instead of the teleports. So we know it's going to be blood the second level 6 comes through. So all eyes, of course, filled in the mid lane. I think bot lane for this time being is going to be a very cool, calm and calculated sort of lane. I hope that Venza does not necessarily go for the lethality build. I hope he goes more for the DPS build here, because he's going to need that extra lifesteal, that extra auto attack
He may
speed.
well do. And if Tempt gets the right kind of wind wall as well, you can do quite a lot to prevent Xayah's feathers.
Absolutely.
We had that little chat just off screen as well. Throw that wind wall behind you and suddenly all those feathers just get stopped in mid-air, which is always a bit frustrating. So, gonna see now how it all kind of eventually works out. You've called that level 6 mark, you've called the ignites in mid lane. Like, everybody should be turning your eyes there. Everybody should be waiting for that moment. Maybe we get a surprise gank early, but otherwise it's just wait and hold.
Yeah, and honestly, we have to put all our eyes on Haru as well, because every time we have a B1 that is different than the ones we expect, and obviously Diana right here is like an S++ tier jungler, so the second a jungler will pick it as B1, we need to see the value that they bring into the game. And knowing Haru, knowing the way he plays Hecarim and how aggressive he likes to be on these junglers with a lot of engage, I'm not surprised that right now he's sneaking into the jungle, he's searching, he's looking to find these picks onto Viking. Now, what I also really like is that both Jaeger and Haru entered the top side of the map and left wards. This is the first side that's going to be coming up for the sort of Vikings. This is the first side of his jungle that he cleared. So they're going to know exactly his timers, and they're going to know exactly where this Hecarim is heading.
And they know that all off that initial ward they placed on the red buff.
Absolutely.
That is what you call a multi-stage plan. There is a ping out now from Viking. I wonder whether they know he's on vision. He's just been pinged out indeed. And Jaeger going to be well aware what's going on towards this Warhorse from the Shadow Isles.
Yeah, and also Jaeger honestly doesn't really have to push here. There is a huge wave from Alif, and he has stacked it, which means that eventually it's going to push towards Jaeger. And Jaeger, of course, with the invincibility as well from his spell, he's going to be more than safe underneath his tower, so he doesn't have to worry about this one.
Here we
Viking,
go.
oh,
They're just going to go for a flash Zenith Blade. Nata gets exhausted. He's going to hop over it, though, and Venter's in a lot of trouble. In comes Haru. Luna Rush secures first blood.
And we were wondering what the value of Diana is since Haru first picked it. Well, let me tell you what. 4 minutes into the game, doesn't need level 6, grabs that first blood right there. I can't help to wonder what that flash was from Venza, because he tried to get out of the Diana range, but jumped straight into Kasing, and then he locked him into place. It was quite rough to see. Both summoners blown up by Venza. He's only level 3. That means that the Leona is going to be that much more deadly in lane the second she gets close.
There is an on-the-way ping towards those walls, kind of aware that Viking might be trying to steal those away. He'll get the first couple, probably going to be able to get out of here as well, one would imagine. Throws down the smite and does get away with a little bit of something back, but a wolf camp for that kill bot, you take that every day of the week as far as I'm concerned.
I mean, honestly, I feel like it's sort of calculated as well, right? You see the opponent jungle down in the bot lane, gets a kill, you wonder, what can I steal? What can I take in my advantage? So Viking is invading the side of the map that is going to be furthest away from Haru, so props to Viking right there, trying to get something from nothing that was created down in the bot lane from all that chaos that happened for the Dusty bot lane.
Backlund needs to be a little aware here, because of course Temp does now have the level 6, of course so does LeBlanc, and he's saying just over this wall looking to see whether he can get something, and Backlund missing those trains. Not going to have anything more going on. I'm just getting a little bit nervous. You start to see the potential here with the Ignites available.
Yeah, and just taking stock also of where we are right now, a lot of the CS looks pretty similar across the board, apart from bot lane. I mean, we're expecting Ezreal. He's not that much of a pushing bot lane, pushing lane on the bot side of the map. You've got also Sustain coming in from the Rakan. The Zaya is pretty oppressive with the feathers in lane, so it is expected, especially since Kassin has been roaming as well for quite a while now, that the Ezreal is going to fall behind. Dusty obviously find that opening and starting to go for that Dragon level 5 only on Haru. Means that the Yasuo Diana combo is not yet available, but what it is their health bars.
They're going to go in. That's the grand entrance, but the turnaround stun. Viking is going to be stunned in place as well. Diana did secure the dragon. Haru gets a kill afterwards to boot as well. Tempt rooted up, will not chase any further, and Haru 2-0 gets the dragon. First pick feeling more and more vindicated.
Yeah, 2-0 right now. I mean, the Diana is putting in that value, and we see now why it's almost permabanned all the time.
What is going on? They're in on the grump. This is bot lane in the jungle. Haru flashing over the wall, has got the Pale Cascade. It's just waiting around to see whether Kassin can find their way out. Haru decides he's got to leave his jungler for dead. Wait, how much is that Ignite doing? Is he going to get Venza? Surely not, he does not! No. There's some scripting going on there. That cannot have happened.
Kasing onto the Leona, the assassin, mage, marksman, enchanter, tank, support. Again, right here we mentioned that X7 might not have had their ultimates up and available, but there were one-man advantage, and also all this time Dusty had been tanking the dragon. So the second that Haru got there, he just focused the dragon and took it down instantly. Dragon advantage for the side of X7, and also 3 kills, 2 going to the name of Haru, and of course that very beautiful 1v2 between a Leona and a Zaya Rakan, and guess who wins? The Leona.
I really enjoyed the fact that Haru just stood on the blast cone like, do I want this?
Are you coming?
Do I know? Are you coming out? He's like, no worries, man, I got this.
I felt like the reason why Haru was sticking around, because I think if he got the kill there, he would have gotten level 6, and it would have got really grim for the side of Dusty as well.
Yeah, it would have been very grim.
Talking about level 6.
Yes.
Full level 6 across the board for the side of X7, except Kasing, meaning that the Diana-Yasuo duo is now very deadly. All you have to do is press one button from the Diana and the Yasuo will follow through. Which means now the setups in the river are becoming a little bit more difficult for the side of Dusty. Hecarim cannot just dive in. You need a little bit of backup from Backlund. We saw what Slowq was able to accomplish onto this LeBlanc. So we're looking for a same situation here, but a dive.
They're going to attempt it. Kasing did go forwards, gets Vence to burn the ult early. Nata taken pretty low, but Viking gets exhausted in trade. There's the onslaught of Shadows who waited out the exhaust, takes a lot of damage. Flash forward for the stun! Kasing! That was sick. Well done. He's going to keep going. He gets the stun. Here comes Temp to try and get more flash forward. And the Steel Tempest secures 1. He'll get a double, and X7 are just running away with it.
Kasing with the 100% KP. 6 out of 6, 9 kills in. Oh my god, his Leona has been monstrous so far. And not only that, Tempt smells it from miles away, paths all the way down bot lane, cashes in 2 kills for himself as well. It's disaster across the board for the side of Dusty.
It was, and you know, I thought Viking had played it super well, waiting out the exhaust, then going back onto Nata, but then Kasing just says, flash Shield of Daybreak instead.
Flash you. Sure, I'll take them, man.
All right. Taking stock here, it is obviously a gold lead for X7 for obvious reasons. They got the Herald earlier as well.
You know who hasn't died yet?
Who hasn't died yet?
Alif hasn't died
He
yet.
hasn't died
you
yet.
You know who's about to?
Alif might be about to die next. Yeah, there's 4 people up here. There's a Herald coming forwards. Kasing! Of course it's Kasing! Gets to the Shield of Daybreak. There's the Solar Flare. There's Haru going with the ult! And he's dodged back by Kasing! Why?
Listen. When you go into a composition, you need to clearly identify who your carries are.
I do, I see.
Who got the 1 versus 2 kill?
Yeah, it was
Kasing.
It was.
Who killed a person 1v3 underneath his tower? It was Kasing.
That Kindle Gem's building into Provide
Kids
Sandra.
need to learn who their carries are and give their kills. Kasing, he's the carry.
He's got the Kindle Gem in infantry. It's a Divine Sundra. I'm telling you now.
All jokes aside, X7 are completely destroying the entire map. They are 4,000 gold in the lead, only 10 minutes into the game. And the problem right here is that the composition that Dusty are running, it takes a while to get there. It takes a while for your Hecarim to get pretty beefy. It takes a while for Buckland to have these 2 items where he has the Ludens and maybe some Void stuff on the side, trying to do a lot more damage, pop someone out of life, like instantly. And for Venza, he's been set so far behind. He's 0-3. He's been taken out of his lane for so long that it will take a while for him to be able to dish some damage out in this game. On the other side, you've got champions that scale really well into the late game, such as Yasuo and Gwen, who are already pretty fed.
Yeah, and you know, you've drafted this LeBlanc, this kind of early playmaking with the Ignite that was kind of an option that maybe wouldn't need to scale quite so much. But unfortunately, it's just not had that much impact yet. Maybe this is the moment though. FGG, unfortunately, that was the one that picks up that kill. It's something, but all things said and done, if it's your Rakan that picks up that kill, it's a bit of a frustration there. You kind of wanted that on someone slightly more valuable.
That was a pretty good pick right there, because also Alif had made his way down bot side of the map, and they want to pick up more fights because his Dragon's up and available.
There's the onslaught of Shadow. They're going to keep going. Kasing is fleeing. He's so tanky with that Eclipse shield. Alif is down here as well. They're going to make this happen even further. Flash, body slam onto Haru. He's still tanky with the Pale Cascade. Just doesn't take damage at this point. Now Jaeger has turned up. It's going to start trying to help clear this wave out, and they managed to stave off any more of a dive to X7.
Honestly, I don't think that Dusty needed to go that far, because now they're going to lose the Dragon. They had a pretty good grip, getting that 1 pick down the bot lane and then moving towards the Dragon. But right now, this is very dangerous territory, because it is now X7 who have backed off, came back with full HP bars, and now have sole control of that river. And they're going to get their 2nd Dragon of the game. Again, Dusty, they find a pretty good pick, but then they overreach and they lose their advantage in the river, meaning that X7 get to control the map once again.
And it's not even like Jaeger loses anything by teleporting to that tower. The wave was shoved up to bot tier 2, or top tier 2. He's there for the Dragon at that point, and he gets to clear up the wave. Like, you don't even have that as an opportunity cost. Nata gets to shove this wave in, get a plate to himself, and collect a little bit of CS, as he has been the recipient of a couple ganks now and has fallen just a touch behind. But Venza is about to die a horrible death. The Solar Flare came down. He is going to be needlework food.
I was just about to say, I would like for that Xayah that doesn't have any summoners to go mid lane. Mid lane, play around FTG, Viking is going to be around, and then allow LeBlanc to go into side lanes. He's got Distortion, 2 of them actually, and a Flash available. He'll be doing fine versus the Ezreal. And it's not necessarily like Buckland and Viking have been playing the 2v2 that we were wondering if they were going to do against Harrow and Tempt. They haven't necessarily, so LeBlanc on a side lane would be more valuable at this point, and then your Xayah doesn't get to die, but let's see if Tempt's going to go down.
He's going to try and get knocked up. They're going to try and get something. That's a big ult, but he's knocked out of the way. And that means with that cast, and now Haru might be the one to fall as well. Kasing is here, of course he is. Going to try and turn this around, the Ignite coming through. Just a shutdown coming out, and they'll get at least 1 back. Haru gets that onto Viking, but Kasing is left alone against absolutely everybody. But this isn't the best tower juggling I've seen in my life. Where are the rest of the people? Ezreal is going to start coming forwards. FGG is going to take a lot of damage. Is there an Ignite available for Kasing? No, there's not. I think this is just a matter of moments. Flash away from the Grand Edge. He's going to stop! No, you do not! He doesn't quite get the kill. I think if he hadn't stopwatched, he gets that kill. Honestly.
Oh my God!
It's a clinic. The doctor is in.
Whew. Okay, so again, Dusty are trying to find these windows the picking members of X7 when they're left all alone. But so far, it has been Venza that has been heavily targeted in this entire game. Put that poor man, like they're doing right now, in the mid lane. It's the shortest lane, and you've got a tower to play behind and a bunch of vision. Now let's watch this again. Dusty, look at Tempt. He's all alone. But what is very important right here is that they keep him CC'd while the Diana ultimate's coming down. Meaning he can't use the ult, meaning he instantly dies, knocked up. Now, I love how you said Kasing is there. Of course he's there, because Kasing has been everywhere in the entire map. Not only does he get to get one kill back for Haru, but he almost gets that second one on Buckland. You see that Trisha Baraz is already incoming from Nata. He tries to go for the Rakan, and then the second he sees Buckland step forward, he flashes not the body slam, but the knockout from the Rakan, and then he follows Buckland.
It's so good. It's so good. I'm well impressed, and yes.
Now I want to see Kasing on an assassin.
Yeah, this is where we end. This is how we end up with a Kali support, and I'm not here for that timeline. So thank you, Trouble, but you're stopping there. None of that now. Okay, Herald did get summoned mid, didn't get the tower.
Okay, can we give our goodbyes to Kemma and Kempo after this one?
After this one, of course, Chemtrike has been disabled. Jaeger is set fleeing and does fall down. Yeah, he's been put into an early grave.
Yeah, Gwen's immune has been disabled.
Indeed.
404 not found.
404 not found. Neither will the Kemriff, of course, after today. Has been disabled on the next patch.
Enjoy it as you can.
Enjoy it for what it is for now. It looks like X7 likely to be the ones picking up, but it has actually, honestly, to Dusty's credit, been a few decent pickoffs in the side lane now in a row.
Yeah, and this actually really worries me, because I'm like, if you're X7, you know you're scaling to the gods, you've got a really great team to scale into the late game, yet you're overextending the side lanes without vision and getting picked off one by one, giving Dusty shutdowns and giving them gold that they're lacking right now. Now, of course, don't get me wrong, it's still a 4,000 difference between the two teams, but Dusty slowly but surely are getting their items available. I'm looking for that looting cycle to be completed for Buckland. I'm looking at Venzer completing his first mythic item as well, that Kraken is down, and about that 1.5 to 2 items where the LeBlanc maybe has a void staff and Venzer has a second item, we could be looking for turnarounds.
That is the plan. We saw it last game. Bifrost can do it. Can Dusty return the favor? There is what we've set up as a potential option. Of course, X7 incredibly far ahead. And honestly, even with those two plays, Haru was very close to turning both around.
Now, Aelif just TP'd into the mid lane, meaning that Dusty do really want to fight for that next dragon. It's going to be so point if X7 manages to secure that, and in 15 seconds, a fight might commence, or maybe even earlier. Venzer's going to have to be very careful stepping forward.
He's going to get CC'd. Haru flash! And the moonfall come through. It's with a last breath as well. The ignite takes one. Gwen takes another. It's 3 dead already.
Kasing, stop! They're already hurting, man. Stop beating them. That was so beautiful, because he jumps onto Aelif, but then the ultimate lands on Venza and FGG, and then instantly Haru sees the opportunity. He just demolishes them. I think Kasing has been playing out of his mind in this game.
He's gotten Zonya's first item, by the way. Just a heads up for all those interested.
I didn't even see that. Okay, let's look at this once again. He jumps onto Aelif, but then instantly ultis the LeBlanc and the Xayah. Then Haru jumps in. Of course, Tempt follows up with the press of one button, 1 and 2. Beautiful stuff coming in from the X7 support. Kasing has been playing Enchanters up to this point. He's been having fun with Tom and Jerry, living the life of a cat, but now he gets to show his real, true potential as an engager.
Turns out that even as a bird, you can't fly too close to the sun.
Dude.
Xayah got cut down to size. 0, 5, and 3 for Venza right now. It's been a tough game, and I don't think it's getting any easier anytime soon.
It's just really unfortunate, because we're talking about the picks and bans, and then we see the Rakan. I was like, you know what would be really cool here? Xayah. You know why? Because she can evade Leona ult, she can evade the combo from Yasuo and Diana. It's really easy-ish to play around that. Yes, minus the wind wall. So you're gonna have to go towards a more, on-hit build, and Venza has done that, but now he's just so far behind because he's been camped towards the bot lane, and we expected that. We're like, Gragas, Hecarim, LeBlanc, Rakan, they all just want to go in and fight. Who's going to stay behind? Venza. But he has Exhaust, he has Ultimate. Hey, well, they haven't worked that well in his favor so far.
And yes, you can get these occasional picks in the side lane, but they've often been pretty close to having a Haru turn up and getting around.
Man.
And that last time, remember the top side? People survived by having a cask knock Haru out of his ultimate.
Yeah.
It's been close, and the problem is you can't avoid a 5v5 anymore around these dragons. Maybe you can get Jaeger under this tower, but Gwen's not exactly weak at this point, and if you avoid chains like that, you'll get the tower, but you're not getting the kill.
That was very well played. There were also 2 more members of Dusty heading down towards the bot side of the map. Yes, they're going to cash in on that bounty money from the tower, but on the other side of the map, Tempt has taken tier 2 top lane, and he's opening the map even further. Now, next objective on the map is going to be, of course, Baron, that has just spawned. Tempt is doing whatever the heck he wants on the top side of the map since he opened it. He put down the vision, and again, Chemfog, it's probably, if not maybe the last, because he might spawn next game, maybe second to last time that we see it in the NLC. For now, let's observe its beauty, because a lot of control wards have to go inside Chemfog unless you're willing to get caught off guard. And Dusty, they're going to have to play around catching someone on the side lane, or the side lane catches them.
Yeah, they're going to try getting on a Tempt here, but he's pretty tanky with that Immortal Shield, but I don't think he's quite tanky enough. Can't get the healing off the wave.
Come on, Tempt.
He was thinking he'd get the healing off the wave, couldn't quite get it. Haru was across the wall, but no flash, of course, so no real way to join there. And Tempt did get just a little caught.
Again, though, like X7 are getting caught off guard on the side lane, and we've talked about this. Like, Buckland hasn't had the biggest impact. Keep giving that LeBlanc kills like this, and you've got an Ezreal in the back line. That Yasuo, once the wind wall is down, could get pretty squishy and die really quickly. You've got Haru onto the Diana. Yes, he has the Hourglass, but you could do a lot of damage and force people off the fight. So the less you give back to Buckland's LeBlanc, the less you're going to have to worry about somebody getting blown up.
Vikings burnt everything in the top lane. He gets pulled back in by the Moonfall. It's more like an asteroid crash.
Is that time for Baron?
Apparently so. He's going to come straight down, and maybe this is the extinction event. It's not X2, it's X7. If you get that reference, you know exactly where you're at in life. Okay, well, paleontology references aside, this Baron is going so very low. Tempt is about to turn up. It will be a 5 versus 4. Once Backlund over the wall, it's not going to be enough. Baron is down, and Jaeger is now chasing onto that LeBlanc across the wall. He goes skipping and slashing and trying to find more needleworks, and it's not going to be quite enough. Backlund escapes, but not without the Baron going down to X7.
Almost a 10,000 gold lead for the side of X7, 22 minutes into the game, and Dusty, the best they can do is get that objective bounty off of the mid lane tower. Again, Viking getting caught where he shouldn't be. 5 deaths to his name right now, and it's really rough to see, right? Because he's one of the engagers, he's one of the triggers to cut someone off guard from the side of X7, to cut someone in the side lane. But as you very rightfully mentioned, using everything to kill Tempt on a side lane meant his death when he got caught. But no one else, other than Kasing, yet again. This Hourglass Leona seems to be working very well. The Madman has 12 out of 13 kill participation right there. And honestly, I think this is a performance that he's putting up.
It certainly has been. Haru, 5, 1, and 4. 3 items complete. It's 2 items on Gwen, 2 items on Yasuo, plus a stopwatch. Ezreal's got the transformation. Leona, of course, with that Hourglass we talked about, it might not be enough. Jaeger take a pretty low. Watch Viking. He's being exhausted. Stopwatch means it's not as much impact as you'd like. That true shot Rose comes flying across many. Moonfall comes through into the last breath. Tempt starts firing away. So much damage onto Fencer. He's just not tanky. Backlund comes forward, but it's into a stopwatch. You can't kill the immortal statues. And the team fights are just not feasible right now.
Honestly, that fight was on the edge, because I felt like Dusty were on the verge of turning things around, and it all goes to Aleph. I felt like his flank was so important there that he almost gave the victory to Dusty. X7 though, 10,000 gold. 10,000 gold in the lead. You cannot disregard that. The items are coming in, the damage is coming in. And honestly, that Yasuo-Diana combo is so disgusting and so hard to get out of that Dusty end up losing and giving that very, very, very important soul away, which means that even if you kill someone from X7, they come back to haunt you.
Chem, it's not just a Chem Rift, it's the Chem Soul. We've got it there. Zombies abound. Sion wishes he could do this for his team.
So let's watch this again, because Buckland and FTG are playing on the side, and look at where Aleph is on that Gragas. He goes towards the flank, he doesn't get spotted by the Diana, and he breaks apart the fight with a very, very beautiful cast. Look at that. 2 members of X7 towards the bottom of the map, another two towards the top side of the map. Nata doesn't really get to put any auto attacks down, and Venza had a pretty good opening of putting down damage, but it just was not enough. 10,000 gold is a really big gap to close in this fight, but you do still see the prospect of when the Gragas is there, when the fight is broken apart, when the Diana Yasuo combo doesn't get to land on the more important targets, it could be turned around.
Yeah, and unfortunately for LF, I mean, X7 just had the money to invest in artwork. They were all turned into a bloody sculpture park. Hit stopwatch, and you've got golden statues everywhere, and just can't follow up. And it was nearly nice, but this is the problem, being this far behind this early. And Jaeger's in a 1v3 and is close to actually winning this.
He's got 3 people down there while Dusty's base is dying.
He is. Like, now Elif is being chased down by the Gwen. Maybe the flanker is becoming the flank. Kassim misses a couple abilities there. It's a bit unfortunate. Backland is here. That's Jaeger getting charmed and got an immunity. He's still alive? What? Okay, doesn't even go down to the Chem Soul, and now they're going to actually go and finish up this inhibitor. That's 2 down all the wild. Elif has got a barrel. Maybe can no.
That is Dusty chasing X7 towards their own base. That's not how it works. You put your red nose on?
I've got one right here with... have you got your makeup patches with you? Just stick one on right now. Is Gragas just unfortunately fruitlessly chasing Jaeger down that bot lane, and I appreciate that Dusty aren't just lying down and taking...
I think X7 are just playing with their food.
They are.
They're trying again to cut someone on the side lane, but at this point, where you've got 5 members running into your base, I think cutting someone in the side lane doesn't mean all that much. You probably have to pray for a really good play from Buckland and Viking finding the backline, else you're going to lose your entire base, which is something that might happen right here, right now.
Jaeger teleports in. One final inhibitor remains standing for Dusty, and it falls. It's 2 Nexus towers, and that Nexus itself that stands between Dusty and defeat. Nata gets chunked, but he's not going to be going down. I think this might be the final push, unless they want to wait around for that Baron in a minute.
Yeah, they have bot lane wave coming in. Mid lane wave has just landed into the base. Top lane is coming, running in as well, and Kassim is in the middle of everything.
He goes. That's an onslaught of shadows, but I don't think it's enough. Elif is dead already to tempt the move. It's exactly what you wanted to see for X7. They get another 3 on top. It's FGG alone, and X7 move to 6-0.
Woo! X7, what a darn performance. Honestly, if I was wearing a hat,